Morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Glenn Tan speaking. This time, I'm continuing to talk about GNV Water Cool series, the introductions. And this presentation divided into these 5 parts. Next chapter, we will go to the control system. Actually, this water cool GMV also adopt the CAN communication, which is the same as air cool GMV. Also means either for the wireless remote controller, wire controller, KNX, B2M, also the Modbus, BACnet, and even grid cell developer control system, remote control system, also completely the same as air-cooled. You can also go to that videos for detail or for reference. This is the controller family, including the wire controller, this 3, and the wireless remote controller, this 1, and this 1. Besides, we allow you to connect the HBS gateway, including the H2M, KNX, and this is the linkage controller. Actually, it is an adapter allow you to connect the kick car device or the joy contactor to the in-dock units. Later, I will make a detailed introduction. This is the summary for the recommend wire controller. And at this table, you can find it. This is the model. Here is the appearance. This is the remarks. The basic one is the SK46. And compared with the basic one, it's E70. It has the multi-timers. And also it can individually control the lower of the cassette time. On the other hand, this Y controller is special for the ERV plus DISC coils. And of course, we display all the settings and also the parameter functions directly on the screen. And on site, you don't need to memorize the complicated codes for different parameter and different functions. And SK55, it is touch screen, and also it is a small size just compared with the basic one. And of course, we display all the parameter and function directly on the screen. SK79, this is a small size, just compare with this one, and it has a key card function. So for this one, just like you stay in hotel, when you insert the key card, then you are allowed to turn on the in-dock unit. And later I will make a detailed introduction. And the next is LE60. For this one, it is just a adapter which to adapt the signal to the in-dock unit. It can capable to connect with the key card function for the regular, which is regular this one or regular this 3 for the key card function, and also you can connect with a joy contactor. And this is the wireless remote controller, the same. H2M or KNX gateway. Actually, for this tool, you can consider it as a regular wire controller. And how to do the wiring is also similar to that, which is from the H1, H2. And we also support one wire controller or one of these H2M or KNX to one indoor unit, and 2, which is one as a grid wire controller, the other is this one and to control one indoor unit, and also support 2 to control multi. And we will provide you the protocol. From the protocol, what you can do is to change the indoor unit on off, set the operating mode, change the fan speed, and change the setting temperature. It is a HBS system. Central controller. Currently, we recommend CE52 and CE54, these two models. CE52 is 7-inch, and this one is 4.3 inch. And the indoor unit quantity, the upper limit for this one is 255. For this is only 32. The system is the same, 16. For C52, it can support set the timer from the calendar, and this is only from a weekly. Also, it supports the emergency stop, which is the fire alarm, and to record the operating time. Also, export the data to the TF card. And not only the GMV, but also it can support the UMatch, FreeMatch, residential air conditioner, rooftop water heater, and ERV system. And for this one, only GMV. As for the language, you can find that for C52, you can support this language more than C54. We also support to control from the third-party BNS system, which means you can select BNet or Modbus gateway. And with this one, we can achieve to collect the data and to remote monitor or control the GMV system. And also, if you require some your setting, it can achieve the alarm. And here is the system, how to connect it. On this one, this is the different systems. For one gateway, we support up to 16 systems with 255 indoor unit, and the connection is always from the master outdoor unit from LV system. You need to combine them together, G1, G2, and then connect to this gateway. And from this gateway, you can connect to a router or a converter, then to the PC. And similar to the other systems. And also for the detail, you can go to my remote monitor gateway video for detail. And similar to the other gateway, and for the gateway, which is this one, we also have two generations. The first is already obsolete. For the second generation, you can find the B and M here. B for the BADNet and N for the Modbus, which means we combine the BADNet and Modbus together in the same gateway. And on site, you just need to select which protocol is okay. For the Modbus, you can also select this Modbus Mini ME30. And for this one, it's just a Mini. You can just compare with this the regular one. The support the indoor unit is only 128. Here is the material you should prepare. GMV system is of course. Then the power building gateway, which is this one, the latest one, and it should equip with this UPS. The purpose of this one is just to record the data on the gateway when the system, GMV system is operating, because all the data only stored here. And if it cannot store any data, then it cannot do the later calculation, right? And next is this power meter, and then the software which is installed at the PC. Also, the detail, you can also go to the power building system video for detail.
That's all for this part of the presentation. If you still have any other question, just feel free to contact me on my personal email address.